Enterprise Edina is brought to you by the Edina Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, welcome to Enterprise Edina, a program where we connect you to businesses in our community. I'm your host, Lori Severson, and if you're anything like me, the thought of maintenance on your car can just be intimidating. But we're here at Grandview Tire and Auto with the pros. Why don't you follow me and let's get some tips. You know, I remember a time when you could get into your car, drive down the block to your local auto mechanic, and you knew him personally. He knew your name, you knew his name, he knew your car, and he knew what to do to fix it. Well, you know, that time is still alive and well here in Edina, and we're at Grandview Tire and Auto with Rick Murphy, the general manager. Rick, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, pleasure.
Can you give us an idea of the types of services that you offer here?
Oh, we start with the most basic: oil changes, light bulbs, tire pressures. The basic stuff we do is in-depth as engines, brakes, suspension, alignment, tires. I mean, you name it. We're your one-stop shop. We can take care of just about everything.
And you're not a new player in the field here in Edina. You've been around for a while.
By no means, young face. I'm second generation. However, we've been in the Edina area for almost 40 years now. A lot of long history. We've got 3 of our 4 stores right here in Edina too.
Now today we're at 70th and Cahill, the service location. What are your other 2 locations?
We've got the other Grandview Tire and Auto, which is right across from Jerry's on Vernon Avenue, and we have Edina Tire and Auto right on 54th and France.
Rick, this location is really unique here in Edina. Can you tell us a little bit about the building here and why it's so different?
Well, this being our newest facility, we've only been here for nearly 5 years now, but being a part of the Emerald Energy program here in Edina, we were able to put 117 solar panels on the roof of the facility. That allows us to produce about a third of our electricity demand on site. We also have fully insulated garage doors, in-floor heat. All our heat is provided by the waste oil we collect on site. We burn it to heat everything in the building.
One of our green partners here in Edina.
Yes.
And going to your auto mechanic is a little like going to your doctor. It's really built on trust and getting to know that individual personally and what their needs are. Really, your whole clientele, it's all based on trust. That's how you've built your business these last 40 years.
We're not a one-sale type of facility. We've established that trust with the relationship with the customers first, and sometimes just with the basic services. Oil changes. Everybody needs oil changes. We can establish that line of trust, build that relationship with the little things, and we want to be here for you for the long run.
Cars have changed over the last 20 years, and as far as oil changes, what are your recommendations? Is it a monthly? Do you go by your mileage? What is your suggestion?
Well, often stick to the manufacturer's recommendations. Most standard oil changes are about 3,000 miles. Synthetic oil changes up to 5,000 miles sometimes. You go too much further than that. In this area in particular, Edina, there's a lot of customers and a lot of our clients that don't drive their cars that frequently, and therefore they often can go more than 3, 4, 5 months between their oil changes. It is still recommended to get your oil change done at least twice a year.
Some of the big discussion, at least as far as I'm concerned, is snow tires or winter tires or all season. Can you tell us what the difference is and what your recommendation is in this kind of weather?
Well, you brought up snow tires. I think the correct definition is winter tires, because winter tires handle differently in the colder temperatures. That's the benefit of having them. They have traction abilities at 20 degrees, that an all-season tire would have at 70 degrees. So the rubber stays a lot more pliable, and a lot more maneuverable in the colder temperatures.
So you're saying it's still worth it to look into winter tires?
I'm a strong proponent of winter tires. I have put them on all my vehicles. I even have an all-wheel drive SUV that I put winter tires on exclusively because I like that traction, that control, and that sense of security in the driving around in the Minnesota winters.
And I do remember a time, and correct me if I'm wrong, but years ago with cars, you needed to really prepare them for the change of the seasons. With technology now, has that changed a little bit?
Not like it used to be. You brought up that 20-year mark. If your car's older than 20 years, you may want to still be doing that. But these days, the same oil is recommended all year round. Really, it's just the maintenance stuff. Check your air pressures, check your fluid levels, make sure everything's wearing appropriately regularly throughout the year. The seasons don't make up so much of a difference. The biggest thing is, I guess, the temperature swings. You know, when it comes to air in your tires is the most important piece.
And if you have any questions, stop in, talk to one of your technicians, talk to you as well.
Doesn't have to be so difficult. You can swing in anytime, answer simple questions. The basic services such as checking up tires, checking fluids, all that stuff that most people just ignore underneath that hood. Swing in. We don't charge you to check tires or check fluids and none of that. Just for advice.
That's perfect. Rick, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Enterprise Edina. I hope you'll join us next month. And until then, enjoy Edina.
Enterprise Edina is brought to you by the Edina Chamber of Commerce.